Hello, I'm Todd Edwards, Associate Legislative Director, and I'm here to again go over House Bill 875, which is the omnibus gun legislation of the 2014 legislative session. This bill lifts prohibitions on guns being carried into churches, bars, and public housing. It also significantly decreases penalties for violations of the law when carrying weapons into airports or on campuses. While not taking positions on these three legislative initiatives, the ACCG Policy Council this week did have concerns and objected to three specific provisions in the bill. First, House Bill 875 will allow weapons to be carried by a legal license holder into government buildings. In order to prevent this, counties would spend an excessive amount of money in order to provide security, restrictions, and screenings at these buildings to prohibit those with weapons from coming in. That cost would be shouldered by county taxpayers. Absent this, allowing those weapons to be carried into government buildings may likely increase the liability of counties and thus cost, again, shouldered by the taxpayers. ACCG's recommendation is to allow county commissioners to make the determination on whether or not weapons should be carried into county government buildings. They are elected by and accountable to the citizens and the communities, which in turn will ultimately make this decision. Second, this legislation prohibits the person from carrying a weapon from being subject to the detention to ensure that they are actually legally licensed to carry the weapon. Not every person who carries a weapon is legally licensed. By effectively prohibiting law enforcement from determining whether or not the person carrying a weapon is legally licensed may result in the commission of a crime that may have otherwise been prohibited or prevented. ACCG believes that this provision should be dropped from the bill. Third, the legislation allows any citizen or organization, whether or not they are aggrieved, to sue a county for any alleged violation of this statute. The bill also allows an individual or an organization to sue an individual office holder or employee of the county. Normally, parties to a legal dispute pay for their own litigation expenses and attorney fees. This bill, by contrast, places the burden of bringing, trying, and defending a lawsuit solely on county taxpayers. Our recommendation is that only those that are aggrieved by a violation of this statute can bring suit against the county and the county governing body itself. That is our recommendation. We have three objections in this bill. ACCG asks that county commissioners contact their legislators to try to address these concerns, and if these concerns cannot be addressed, we ask legislators to reject House Bill 875 in its entirety. Thank you very much. Again, I'm Todd Edwards.